Remember Syriza? We talked a lot about Syriza a couple of years ago on this program. Syriza is the left-wing Greek political party that explicitly wants to remove Greece from the European Union and go back to the drachma. Now, they have backed off on those two positions recently in the last year or so and said, yeah, we're not totally committed to leaving the EU and we're not totally committed to going back to the drachma and abandoning the euro, but it's worth a conversation, which has made them a little more mainstream. And the result of this is this from Reuters. Greek left-wing opposition party Syriza's poll lead over the ruling Conservatives has narrowed slightly to 3%. But what this has done is the Prime Minister, Antonis Samaras, I think it's pronounced, called for a vote of support, basically. He was trying to appoint a president. And the story behind the story is basically he was saying, we have been for 7 years on this austerity path where we cut back on the healthcare program for Greeks. Everybody in Greece used to have free national health care. Now it's only good for a year or two. I mean, they're cutting back on their social welfare programs. They're cutting back on unemployment insurance. We're cutting back on all these things, and so that we can pay off the $300 billion that our country owes from when the banksters took us down. And when the banksters took us down, we had to borrow all this money, mostly from Germany, but also from other countries. And so we're going to throw the Greek people into poverty to pay off the banksters. And the people of Greece are starting to say, no, screw the banksters, or the countries who acted like banksters. So we'll see where this goes. But this could be the beginning. 2015 could be a mind-boggling. The next 2 years are going to be mind-bogglingly consequential. If Greece and Spain, which is the other domino that will fall, if Syriza takes Greece, in all probability the Spanish leftist party will have a shot at Spain. And if those countries pull out of the EU, or at least stop playing along with Brussels and all this stuff, it could lead to a significant change in Europe, which could be, over the short term, economically disastrous. It could be the kind of scenario that tips a worldwide depression. On the other hand, over the long term, for all those individual countries, with the single exception of Germany, or the exception of Germany and France, Germany and France are basically sucking out all the money from the poorer European countries. And that's what's going on, in my opinion. And at some point, the rest of Europe is going to say enough. I mean, the very, very poor European countries are benefiting because they can send their people into the richer European countries without having to worry about work permits and things, and they can get repatriated money and all this kind of stuff. It's a mess, basically. And it's not, they're trying to be the United States, but they speak different countries. They have different languages. They have different cultures. They are different countries. So I think the Fed is toast.